I'm a resident of Jersey, Channel Islands. I love my island. It's a beautiful island. And we'd actually like to have it back from finance.
The British Channel Island of Jersey is a major European tax haven. Over $500 billion of client money is hidden on accounts in Jersey to evade and avoid taxes. But on this tour today, we will show that there are banks from around the world that use places like Jersey, not just for tax evasion, but also as a major part of the shadow banking system, which has now been exposed as a crucial part, a hidden part of the current financial crisis.
The ordinary person pays tax. Everyone that works, whether it's part-time or whatever, they pay tax. And it's wrong when you've got the millionaire standing next to me who doesn't even pay a penny.
Jersey is just one example of about 70 or so tax havens around the world. And in fact, Jersey is a relatively small one because the big tax havens include places like London, the City of London, and Jersey is a satellite of London.
People were bringing money into Jersey and investing it because they found that they didn't have to pay so much income tax on it. And this grew. And the Jersey government looked at this and thought, why bother about tourism and agriculture when finance is building up and up and money is rolling in? So Jersey is in trouble.
And the cost of housing is so high that for most people, young people and pensioners, they simply cannot afford the cost of living here.
Half the population are on a minimum wage. They have to struggle to actually survive in the island.
So, welcome to Jersey. Welcome to the world of tax havens.
Let's gather the people. We start. Please move.
We visited Jersey in March 2009 to expose how tax havens affect the lives of ordinary people around the world, who pay their taxes and carry the burden of tax evaders. Activists from across Europe spoke about how different banks have supported corrupt and unethical practices.
We're not against finance industry. We're certainly against tax avoidance, because that does harm everybody.
I don't know if people have had the chance to see The Guardian today, but on the front page there's the headline that RBS have avoided £500 million of tax in global deals, which is exactly what we're here talking about today.
You will see as you walk around offices housing major hedge funds that operate out of Jersey because they can leverage huge amounts of money in Jersey on a very tax advantageous basis. You will also see offices, legal offices, that specialise in creating offshore trusts. And they are even more secretive than Swiss bank accounts.
Banks are major facilitators of corruption globally, and it keeps dictators in power. When you have a tax haven structure, you want to have it linked to another tax haven, just because if you are actually being asked for more information in Jersey, well then you can hide yourself behind another Luxembourg company, which is then owned by a British Virgin Islands company. And banks do the same thing.
UBS has in Jersey registered 50 entities alone in Jersey.
Et moi j'avais Michel Pébreau comme professeur d'économie, c'est le boss de la BNP Paribas. J'aimerais bien qu'il m'explique pourquoi la BNP Paribas a 21 filiales dans les îles Caïmans, 27 au Luxembourg, 12 à Hong Kong et 77 au Royaume-Uni. À Jersey, il y en a 3.
A lot of the series of scandals that have hit AIB over the last decade have highlighted a lack of regulation and a lack of accountability and oversight.
Pinochet had an account, equally Omar Bongo of Gabon had his accounts with Citibank. Sani Abacha of Nigeria has had accounts with Citibank.
In each of the countries that we've looked at, the country is rich in natural resources such as oil, gas and minerals. but in reality these resources are being captured by a small minority for their own benefit. Global Witness looks at a lot of pretty rotten countries where the natural resource revenues tend not to appear on the budget, but Turkmenistan is the only country we've ever found where not $1 of the natural resource revenues were appearing on the country's budget. Instead, they were sitting in an account at Deutsche Bank under the effective personal control of the president.
To give you some idea of the scale of this, the best estimate we have for illicit capital flows is between $900 billion every year to $1.06 trillion every year, flowing through the banks, the accounting firms, the trusts and the funds established in places like Jersey.
The lack of transparency in the global financial system is responsible for draining away tax revenues that developing countries desperately need to provide basic services, health and education, and a minimum level of social security to their people. Now, Christian Aid has estimated that the tax losses in developing countries is of the order of $160 billion every year. Now, that's more than 1.5 times the global total of aid.
Charity is a great thing, and I think here many associations have proved that it is essential. But we shouldn't forget that perhaps justice should come first. And this island could be a laboratory for all tax havens for change. It is a duty that I think the government should take into account.
I'd just like to apologise really that our Chief Minister isn't here. He was invited, and I think the only way Jersey's going to play its part in the world is to listen, and that includes listening to critics and things that might be wrong.
I take it all the comments that you made this evening are applicable to Switzerland, Monaco, Andorra, Liechtenstein. So can I ask you why you're in Jersey rather than one of those places?
Start somewhere. I'm from Switzerland, and of course, the Tax Justice Network has always acted on a systemic level. We never singled out one single jurisdiction that is the problem.
Let's come clean. Let's get our act together and actually be transparent.
Thank you all very, very much.
We all know the financial system has broken. We all know it cannot be fixed. It needs fundamental reform.
As Gordon Brown said to the US Congress last week, how much safer would everyone's savings be if the whole world finally came together to outlaw shadow banking systems and to outlaw offshore tax havens? We recognise that this could have consequences for economies like Jersey. It could reduce the size of their financial sectors. Jersey needs to be prepared. We want to engage with the authorities in Jersey, elsewhere, to discuss how the inevitable transition to a new economic structure will occur.
We had a tourist industry and we can have one again. We had farming, we can have that again. Jersey was here before the finance and will be here after the finance. Close tax havens down globally on the same day and on the same hour, and then we might see a different world.
We are in the lobby of the Mayfair Hotel, the reception of the Mayfair Hotel, where most of the campaigners spend the night. Well, we can't be certain, but the gentleman who was here is a policeman from Jersey. We have just seen him having a look at the lists of people who spend the night here.
We want politicians to listen and take action against tax havens like Jersey. 2 weeks after our events, G20 leaders met in London and agreed to take action. But their proposals are weak and do little to help the poorer countries, including some of the small islands which have seen their traditional industries swept aside by tax haven activity. Our politicians must go much, much further in their actions against the tax havens. I've worked as government economic advisor for 11 years. I left because it was quite clear this government was committed to making this island totally a tax haven. I was very opposed to this. I wanted the island to maintain its tourism industry, its agricultural sector, maintain a diversified economy. They didn't need an economist, they needed a priest, so I left.